Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Change of Command ceremony, where Col Scott Wiederholt will relinquish command of the 305th Air Mobility Wing to Col Elizabeth Hanson. I am Technical Sergeant Rashi Fagaro from the 32nd Air Refueling Squadron, your narrator for today's ceremony. Throughout military history, soldiers in the field often could not identify their own commanders. Recognizing this problem, the Continental Army of the United States conducted the first official change of command ceremony. Today, just as in the past, the formal change of command allows airmen to witness the actual transfer of command between two officers and see their new commander firsthand. The change of command also adds color and pageantry to military life through the transfer of the symbolic unit guidon, while preserving tradition and stimulating esprit de corps. Shortly, the 305th Air Mobility Wing guidon will be passed from Col Wiederholt to Col Hanson, signifying the official change of command. Throughout today's ceremony, you will be given various cues to stand and be seated. This is considered an outdoor ceremony. As a reminder, civilian guests should place their right hand over their heart during the national anthem. The wing formation commander for today's ceremony is the 305th Operations Group Commander, Colonel Jordan Norman. Bearing the wing flag is Command Chief, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Chief Master Sergeant David Coulson. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing of ruffles and flourishes, the presentation of the colors, singing of the national anthem by First Lieutenant Andrea Pongras, and the invocation by Chaplain William Robinson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. In the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I invite you to join me in prayer. Almighty God, we pray in thanksgiving for the exceptional leadership of Col Scott Wiederholt. We thank you for his many accomplishments and all he has done for the 305th Air Mobility Wing. We ask that you be with him in his new assignment, that he may continue to follow your calling, and that through his leadership, he may be a light to all he leads. We ask for your blessing upon Col Elizabeth Hanson. Please shower your assistance upon her so that she may be a reflection of your great wisdom and love, and that her endeavors may meet with every success. In your holy name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Lieutenant Pongras and Chaplain Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, please join me in recognizing our official party. The presiding official and the commander, 18th Air Force, Major General Kenneth Bibb, Jr. The commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Col Scott Wiederholt, his wife Pam, and their sons Mason, Henry, Caleb, and Simon. The incoming commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Col Elizabeth Hanson, her husband, Lieutenant Colonel retired Jeremy Hanson, their sons, Andrew and Michael, and their daughter, Kate. Also in attendance are Colonel Hanson's parents, Mr. Fred and Marlon Dunn, and her in-laws, Mr. Buddy and Georgine Hanson. We would now like to recognize our distinguished visitors and honored guests attending today's ceremony. Please hold applause until all have been introduced. The Command Chief, 18th Air Force, Chief Master Sergeant Chad Bickley. The wife of the Command Chief, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Mrs. Beth Coulson, and their daughters, Jenna and Avery. The Vice Commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel Timothy Mock, and his wife Bobby, and their children Emma and Tyson. The Executive Director, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Mr. Mike Polhemus. The Commander, Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst, and 87th Air Base Wing, Colonel Wes Adams. The Command Chief, 87th Air Base Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Michael Wynn and his spouse, Andrea. The Executive Director, 87th Air Base Wing, Mr. Kevin Casing. The Commander, Army Support Activity, Colonel John Brierton, and the Command Sergeant Major, James Van Slyke. The Commander, 514th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel William Goodermuth. The Vice Commander, 621st Contingency Response Wing, Colonel Aaron Wallinga, and representing the Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Timothy Ferris. On behalf of the Commander, 108th Wing, Colonel Joseph Leonard. The Honorary Commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Dr. Jonathan Crystal. We are also privileged to have in attendance today commanders and senior enlisted leaders from across the Joint Base, as well as honorary commanders and special guests of the 305th Air Mobility Wing. Thank you all for attending. Ladies and gentlemen, General Bibb.
All right, if I could ask the commander of troops to put the troops at ease, please. Shake it out. There you go. All right. Hey, wow, good morning, Team McGuire. What a fantastic day to celebrate the Can-Do Wing. and these two fine leaders on stage with me today. It's great to be back in New Jersey. And what environment here. You step back, everybody take a look back here. It's pretty awesome what I'm seeing. It's KC-10, C-17, KC-46, this beautiful hangar, and this phenomenal group of airmen standing behind you. It's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, this ceremony took a lot of time and dedication. Thanks to Amanda and the protocol team for planning, Chaplain for that great invocation, as well as Lieutenant Pangrak for that national anthem. Thank you. And everyone else that worked behind the scenes. The Honor Guard looked absolutely outstanding and professional. Let's give them a round of applause. To all commanders, chiefs, honorary commanders, community and civic leaders, thank you for attending. It's wonderful to come together at this venue to highlight this wing together. Also, a warm welcome to our congressional representatives and key civic leaders present here today. Thank you for all of your support to the nation and to the airmen of the 305th Air Mobility Wing. And to Colonel Adams, thanks for the teamwork to accomplish the mission. Thanks for all your support. I've never seen this partnership between these two wings any better, and really appreciate everything your wing is doing. To the Wiederholt family, Pam, Mason, Henry, Caleb, and Simon. I see you, Simon. It's great to see you this morning. We can't do our mission without the support of our military families. General McDew would never let me call my wife Shannon my better half. He always said she was my better 9/10. Scott and Liz, I know you have the same problem. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to the Hanson family, Liz and her husband Jeremy, who's a retired lieutenant colonel, children Andrew, Michael, and Kate, your parents, Marilyn and Fred, and your parents-in-law, Georgine and Buddy. Welcome to all of you. Shannon and I know the work it takes from our entire extended families for us to serve. Please join us in thanking our families. In 18th Air Force, we provide lethality through speed and mobility. Our airlift and air refueling capabilities allow us to touch any corner of the planet at a time and a place of our choosing. And this wing plays a critical role in that capability. That's something to be proud of. It is global reach enabled by our air mobility forces that makes the U.S. a superpower, not just a regional power. Scott, as Chief and I have seen throughout our visits during your command, you clearly have had a strong influence on your airmen and families, not to mention the hard work you put into preparing the wing for the future fight. You've done an outstanding job with the team here. The Air Force was deliberate in putting you in this position. Your personal leadership propelled the 305th to new heights, and today you're passing along a highly capable, professional, and inclusive war-ready wing. Over the last 2 years, the 305th constantly provided top-tier support anytime, anywhere, and without fail, the results of which felt globally by both our adversaries and our allies. Scott, in times of crisis, your team answered the call when our nation needed it. You led Air Mobility Command's pinnacle readiness exercise, Mobility Guardian 21. For 2 weeks, as the deployed wing commander, you tested readiness and prepared our airmen for the high-end fight. You tackled the first ever KC-10 to KC-46 conversion, the culmination of many years of hard work from your team and the wing. You've been one of the busiest ports supporting Ukrainian operations. Your team also played a critical role in Operations Allied Refuge and Allies Welcome, part of the effort to move more than 124,000 refugees and working with the 87th Air Base Wing to provide ample hangar space, cots, water, and other supplies on short notice. These efforts under your leadership awarded your team more than 1,000 medals and counting. Additionally, you supported the Atlantic City Guard bed down for North American Aerospace Defense Command alert posture, providing 6 F-16s for over a 9-month period in the middle of COVID-19. And none of that even scratches the surface of the accolades this wing has earned over the last 2 years. Your team secured 33 award wins and nominations above the wing level, including the Dedalian Exceptional Pilot Award, which recognizes an aviator with extraordinary display of courage or leadership in support of air operations. The General Robert Dutch Heiser Award, which recognizes an outstanding aircrew member for sustained excellence in airmanship. And the AMC Director of Safety Aircrew of Distinction Award for the valiant efforts of the Reach 871 crew, who played a critical role in the evacuation of over 800 Afghans. Scott, you led the way in a wing where outstanding performance is the norm, not the exception. It's powerful to see what you've accomplished and spot on for building the readiness and resilience we need as we face the future fight. You have a lot to be proud of. Thank you for your leadership and hard work. I'm excited you are moving 100 yards to become the Vice Commander of the United States Air Force Expeditionary Center. I'm confident that you're a perfect fit. I can't wait to watch your bright future continue to unfold. Liz, it's your turn to take the team to new heights. You're the right leader at the right place at the right time. For the audience today, I'd like to share some things about Colonel Hanson's background and qualifications for this job. Liz was born in Albany, New York, and commissioned from ROTC at RPI. She served as a C-17 instructor pilot at the United States Air Force Weapons School and was one of the first C-17 pilots to fly humanitarian relief high-altitude airdrops over Afghanistan. She also played a key role at C-17 initial cadre as the Bully Beef transitioned from the C-141. Additionally, she supported various Air Mobility Command operations during Operations Allied Refuge at Al Udeid, Kuwait, Ramstein, Rhoda, Sigonella, and Mildenhall. Throughout her career, she's logged over 3,300 flight hours, 578 of those in combat. Airman of the 305th, your incoming commander has a long and distinguished list of accomplishments that uniquely qualified her to lead you. Scott, you have set this wing up for future success. Liz, with your proven skill and ability, I have every confidence your airmen will reach new heights. To all airmen present, active, Guard, Reserve, and civilian, thank you for your service and sacrifice. We all know what's on the line. Our job is to defend the nation against a multitude of threats. You are the heart and soul of a lethal and ready force that ensures America's continued prosperity and defense. I am so proud of what this wing does every day. Together we serve, and together we sacrifice. I can't wait to see what the future holds. 305th Air Mobility Wing, expedite. Let's give another round of applause for these two outstanding leaders on the stage and their families.
To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Act of Congress, July 20, 1942, has awarded the Legion of Merit to Colonel Wiederholt. Col Scott M. Wiederholt distinguished himself by exceptional meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst, New Jersey, from 10 July 2020 to 14 July 2022. During this period, Colonel Wiederholt guided his airmen through a pervasive pandemic and led them to excellence while strengthening the wing in preparation for the future. His people-first approach was evident in the wing's accomplishments, including its nomination as an Aviation Inspiration Mentorship Wing, receipt of an overall effective rating with 2 highly effective major graded areas on the 2021 Unit Effectiveness Inspection, and Team McGuire's Airmen earning 2 annual Air Force and 31 Air Mobility Command level awards. Additionally, Colonel Wiederholt navigated the wing toward a culture of innovation that included a $60 million autonomous flight line rover and maintenance smart trailer initiatives, posturing the operations and maintenance groups for the future. These efforts were recognized by Air Mobility Command's Chief Future Scientist when he selected the wing as the Center of Excellence for Flight Line Autonomy. Furthermore, his leadership drove preparation for the future near-peer fight as the 2021 Mobility Guardian Wing Commander, where he led a team of nearly 2,000 airmen and successfully integrated newly emerging mobility concepts with traditional training. His stalwart direction also guided the wing through the creation of the C-17 Tactics Advancement Course, the ongoing KC-10 conversion, and the delivery of the wing's first KC-46, an exceptional event lauded by 4 congressional delegates and 61 distinguished visitors. Finally, Colonel Wiederholt's expertise and knowledge were instrumental in the wing's support of Operation Allies Refuge, the largest non-combatant evacuation airlift in United States history. During this operation, the 305th Air Mobility Wing was directly responsible for the movement of more than 8,000 vulnerable Afghans and allies. The superior initiative, outstanding leadership, and personal endeavor displayed by Colonel Wiederholt reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The Commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel Wiederholt.
Colonel Norman, put him at ease, please. Good morning. What a fantastic day to be here with the exceptional women and men of the 305th Air Mobility Wing. It is great to also see so many of our joint partners here today. The formation, you all look fantastic. There's a lot of thank yous, so bear with me as we go through this. These things just don't happen. Hangars don't look this great. An aircraft and the 60K that we're standing on don't just appear. To the overall POCs, Captain Alicia Canetta, Senior Master Sergeant Cannon, Tech Sergeant Irby, the AV team, and Mr. Polhemus, Tech Sergeant Bowen, Chaplain Robinson, Lieutenant Pongras, the proffers, the MCs. We already recognized our color guard. All this cannot happen without their support and professionalism. I'd like to especially identify the Joint Base Protocol team for keeping everybody on point and making sure all look great. Our maintainers, got a shout out. Those aircraft look fantastic. To our port dogs, getting the equipment here today looks fantastic. I'd like to especially thank General Van Obost, General Minahan for their support. Major General Bibb, sir, I could not have asked for a better boss throughout my tenure in command through these really historic 2 years for the 305th. You let me lead and provided guidance when it was needed, and that truly was special. Chief Bickley, your advice and counsel throughout all this was pretty special as well. Thank you for all of your guidance and for behind-the-scenes support. To my inner sanctum, Colonel Mock, Chief Colson, Polk, Colonels Teeter, Lobo, and now Colonels Norman Penley, Chief Cook, Chief Herrera, our eminently qualified deputies, Domo. Who else we got? We got Ski, he's left. Perino, Mr. Rowe, the secretaries, Eileen, Margaret, Nadia. You all enable us to serve the airmen of the 305th and to execute rapid global mobility. Without your advice and professionalism, we couldn't make it happen. Colonel Adams, thank you and the men and women of the Air Base Wing for your support, and that means a lot. And one final thought, Flaming Dragon Protocol is now in effect. To my fellow colleagues from the 514th, 621st, 108th, and the rest of the Joint Base partners, thank you for coming. It really means a lot. Additionally, to the honorary commanders, we have a lot of them here. I'd like to especially recognize Dr. Crystal. Thank you for making the trip down with your family to welcome Colonel Hanson into the Can-Do Wing. We appreciate your attendance. The support that we get from the community and our community partners is unmatched across this command, and without that, we would make our day-to-day jobs even that much more difficult. Colonel Hanson's family, Jeremy, Andrew, Michael, Kate, parents Fred, Marilyn, in-laws Bud, Georgine. It was great to have a social the other night and meet you. Your daughter, spouse, mom is coming into a fantastic position. Soak it up. It gets amazing every day. I'd like to acknowledge my parents, Mike and Leanne Wiederholt, tuning in from Iowa, my late father-in-law, Bob, and mother-in-law, Lorene, for watching and looking to us from above. It really means a lot. Pam, Mason, Henry, Caleb, Simon. You guys have put up with a lot in the last couple of years. You've soaked it all up. You've embraced it with grace. We won the lottery coming to the Can-Do Wing, and you're growing into some fine young men, and it makes me proud every day to see you grow. Pam, I'm not going to say much more because I got some more words to say here. All right. 305th, Can-Do Wing. It has been the privilege of a lifetime to serve as your wing commander. To watch this team soar to new heights amidst historic challenges represents the pinnacle experience of my career. The first full day I had in the office, we retired our first KC-10. Today, more than half are now retired, but our KC-10 fleet continues to stand the watch and support the warfighter, providing critical tanker support across the globe. We will continue to support those efforts until the final aircraft departs the ramp. Our KC-10s are going out in style, and I wouldn't have it in any other way. In early 2021, this wing earned 2 highly effective ratings in our unit effectiveness inspection. The AMC Inspector General himself commented that they'd never seen ratings so high. We didn't stop there. We followed up that performance with a calm, professional, focused, and I'd say lethal precision when we executed the Go to Zero efforts to withdraw all forces from Afghanistan. Later in August of 21, with the world watching, airmen from this wing were front and center during those 17 critical days when we executed the largest non-evacuation operation in U.S. history. From the port dogs on the ground in Kabul to the record-breaking crew from Reach 871 to our professional and precise crew chiefs that enabled those weapon systems to fly, our innovative KC-10 crews who also move passengers. 11 of our 12 C-17s were generated in short notice. You all were part of something amazing, historic. Overnight, mobility forces were the preeminent power in our United States military. From Operations Allies Refuge to Operations Allies Welcome here at JBMDL, your continued stellar efforts were on display. We put cots in hangar just in case. You donated supplies, you volunteered your time, and so much more. You see, it was with a passion to serve that was underpinned with love that brought 124,000 Afghans and many more out of country. Just think about this. Someday, a child that was on one of our aircraft coming out of Afghanistan will become a United States citizen. They will wear the same uniform that we are wearing today, and they will serve this country. What an honor. It gives me goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps on top of my goosebumps to think about what we did during that time. Throughout it all, and when the rest of the nation and even the world came to a halt because of COVID-19, you fought through the mitigations and safely executed rapid global mobility, not only for the warfighter, but for our own citizens, by delivering supplies, vaccines, and other supplies, needed equipment around the nation. Heck, you even enabled a critical national alert mission, as mentioned by General Bibb, supporting and hosting the New Jersey Guard unit with F-16s, on and off over a period of a year. Needless to say, whether it was COVID, OAR, or the current support to Ukraine, this period represents yet another storied chapter in our wing's rich legacy. 305th Airmen led and delivered hope to thousands of people. You brought freedom, you saved lives. You represented our national and service values with pride and honor. But there's more. The end of 2021 saw the arrival of Pudgy 01, the first KC-46 Pegasus, and the beginning of the next chapter for our wing, the 514th Air Mobility Wing, installation, and many other joint base units and broader community. 8 KC-46s now grace our ramp. I have no doubt that this complex divestment of the KC-10 and conversion to the KC-46 will serve to establish this wing and our force as mobility leaders well into the future. This team of professionals will continue to live up to our mission of generate, fly, and deliver. For you serve in the most respected and capable Air Force in the world. The U.S. military's ability to project force and power and influence our adversary anytime, anywhere is unmatched. Your expertise, leadership, and teamwork represent the foundation of our nation's credibility to project power, a power fortified by the rapid global mobility that generates right here. When I started this journey, I said that I believe that every airman is a leader, that we lead with character, we choose to be better, we have high standards, that our secret to success was built on trust, inclusivity, diversity, and tenaciously resolving issues, that we make it count, that valued airmen will add value to the mission. We did this while divesting a beloved aircraft, welcoming a new weapon system, and leaning on our tried and true strategic airlift forces. We did this through focused leadership, through connection, through a culture of dignity and respect. We did this by leveraging training opportunities to outpace future threats. We did this through innovation that occurred with the speed at the need of effectiveness. We empowered airmen to spark new ideas with a bias toward action. Liz, it is now your turn. 305th Airmen stand ready to execute our missions 24/7 around the globe. The future fight requires an adaptive and agile force, and the strides this organization made the past 2 years, I believe, will be foundational to enable the execution of our nation's interests. I know you will lead them well. I know you will raise the bar even higher. A huge congratulations and welcome to the Can-Do family. Team 305, thank you. Thank you for creating lasting moments that will forever fill me with pride and immense honor for the rest of my days. I will forever be grateful for the Can-Do family for this experience. Let's have a great Air Force Day.
The rendering of the last salute has become an Air Force tradition and is appropriate during a change of command ceremony. Today, the service members of the 305th Air Mobility Wing in formation will render a salute in place to show respect and recognition to Colonel Wiederholt through the commander's last salute. Please remain standing for the change of command. Attention to orders. Per order G-FS 22-027, and by direction of the Commander, 18th Air Force, Major General Kenneth T. Bibb, Jr., Col Scott M. Wiederholt relinquishes command of the 305th Air Mobility Wing to Col Elizabeth A. D. Hanson, effective 14 July 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my honor to introduce the Commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Col Elizabeth Hanson.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules today to be here. We all have jobs, family, hobbies, other things to do, but you chose to be here, and I thank you for that. It is a privilege for me to join you here today, and I appreciate all you do, and thank you. I echo the welcomes and thank yous presented by General Bibb Colonel Wiederholt. Events like this do not occur without the efforts and contributions of so many people as they come together as a team to make this a seamless event. From planning every detail of invites, scripts, and movements, to towing and parking 3 aircraft together and setting up this stage, the K-loader here with pallets on top, setting up chairs, flags, standing in formation, and so much more. I appreciate each and every one of you for your part in today's ceremony, whether large or small, whether visible or behind the scenes. And take a look around, and I applaud you for making this a fantastic and memorable day. Thank you. General Bibb, thank you for your confidence in me and this incredible opportunity to serve the airmen of the 305th Air Mobility Wing. I am proud to carry on the decades tradition of the Can-Do Wing, and honored to be a part of this magnificent family and excited to see firsthand this wing's future accomplishments. Colonel Wiederholt, Scott, Pam, Mason, Caleb, Simon, and Henry, sorry. You've done so much to welcome us, and we really appreciate your generosity in making our transition as smooth as possible. We look forward to being your neighbors. Scott, thank you for all you've done with the wing here over the last 2 years. Your leadership and dedication to the Can-Do Wing is evident. You led through a diverse and unique set of challenges and still accomplished so many things together. Your fingerprints are evident all around us. Thank you for setting us up for continued success and a bright future. Also, thank you to Colonel Mock, Chief Colson, Scott Penley, and Norton Jordan. I appreciate you guys for setting us up for success, and we'll be off running together. I'm so fortunate to have you here as our teammates as we make the transition. Fellow wing command teams, other DVs, civilians, our counterparts, thank you for being here and for the warm welcomes you've extended to our family. I look forward to getting to know you better and working together in the future. The airmen of the Can-Do Wing. The 305th Air Mobility Wing has a rich 80-year history dating back to World War II. And most recently, the crisis in Ukraine and Operations Allies Refuge. You amaze me. The members of this wing have adapted, innovated, and worked together through each crisis, operation, and challenge presented to you. Our world continues to change and evolve, but not always in the ways we anticipate. It is unique to be in a wing where you have 3 different aircraft at 3 different phases of the life cycle, with the KC-10 as we divested over the next year or so, the C-17 that's been here for 18 years and continues to work around the globe, and the KC-46 as we wait to see how we'll employ it differently in the future. No matter what we encounter, together we'll continue to answer our nation's call, accomplish the mission, and most importantly, take care of one another. And finally, my family. Thank you for all of your support, past, present, and future. Without you, I would not be here today. Again, thank you, and I look forward to all we can do together in the 305th. Thank you.
At this time, the service members of the 305th Air Mobility Wing will render a salute in place to show respect and recognition to Colonel Hanson through the commander's first salute. The members of the 305th Air Mobility Wing are delighted to have Colonel Hanson and her family join our team. The men and women of the 305th Air Mobility Wing are proud to have served with Colonel Wiederholt and wish him and his family good luck in their next assignment. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and remain standing for the departure of the official party and dismissal of the formation. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you for attending. Please join us in welcoming Colonel Hanson and her family at the reception located to the side of the hangar. Thank you for your attendance.